Welcome back to I and I channel again. Well, today I am going to take a look. I go take a look on Exodus chapter 20. And I go read from 1 to 11. Now Exodus chapter 20 talking about the 10 commandments. And a lot of people say the law is done away with. So if the law is done away with, I guess Christ don't have to come back because there is no sin. If there is no law, then there is no sin. So please, we have to remind ourselves, the law is a mirror showing us that we are sinners and we need of a Savior, Jesus. So when we say the law is done away with, I don't understand us human beings why we think that we so learn and we know it all. Wishing if we just understand the word of God the way God wants us to understand it. You know, it is not complicated. God's word not complicated. Because if God's word is complicated, the whole of we are in a confusion and affliction, and although we in it because of sin. But can you imagine God is not a God of order? Just imagine what the sea would do. Just imagine what a volcano would do. Just imagine what nature would really do. Because remember now, God set a boundary so that even nature obey him. But we don't obey God. You know, we don't obey God. And that's one of the reasons we cannot unite, we cannot come together, and we cannot agree. And nothing is right because each of us have our own opinion and we think what we think is right. But woe to those who call good evil and evil good. We see today plain. Now I'm going to take a look at Exodus chapter 20. The 10 commandments. But in Exodus chapter 20 it said, "And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me." Now, if we have other gods before the God who created everything, then, friend, we in a deep, deep problem and sin. Because why we go after other God? It is sin, you know. Now, we can recall it was two brothers, Cain and Abel. They both know what God requires for sacrifice. But one decided to do it theme way. The manly way we him think, and theme power, theme strength. He decided to worship theme way. And one of them decided to worship God way. So why God didn't accept? They both worship. They both worship, you know. Why God didn't accept one of them and they both worship? They both offer a sacrifice. It is clear because one do it according to theme way. Wishing that's the problem we have. When we do things our way, then how God will accept us? Now today we have tons and tons of churches that saying, Lord, 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 Lord. But yet still, we have the Bible, we have the book, and we read it, and we study it, and we do this. But yet still, we still don't do what God say. We not just read God's word. How can, imagine God did say, you know what? Children, I love you, I love you, I love you. Just until today, I love you, and don't do anything. What would happen to us? We would die in our sin. Oh yes. So Jesus loved us so much. He came. He proved it. He loved us. He gave his life for us. So when God said, do it his way, if we want life, if we want to live, then we not do it God's way, man. Now, if you want to be dead, then you're going to do it the devil way. Because guess what? The devil don't love nobody, you know. You know, people call upon him, you know, and worship him, you know. But the devil don't love nobody. You understand me? So, Exodus chapter 20, he said, you must have no other gods before the God who make heaven and earth. Right? He said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and do what? And keep my commandments. Now, we live on earth, and we have earthly law to govern the earth. And shouldn't we obey? Oh yes, we should. Now, when it comes to a higher standard now, that our maker, our creator, when he give us law to keep, give us law to observe and to do. Now, the problem we're gonna have now, when man-made law come conflict with God law, then we have a problem, because no man on the face of the earth, whatever law you make, it shouldn't above God law. God is first, and it's still that way. You understand me? God is first, and it's still that way. Which part may reach? He said, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that what? Love me and keep my commandments. So if we love God, automatically the 10 Commandments, it is easy. Now, I would say maybe it is impossible for you not to keep the law, because if God put it in your heart, you must keep it. Well, we talk about the commandment, and we say we're not gonna kill, and we're not gonna commit adultery, and we're not gonna do this, and we're not gonna do that. A lot of things, and we go right up to 9. But the one that said, remember, it is a problem. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. 7 said, Exodus 27, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Now we get down to 8. God know that we are human beings and we are carnal and we are sinful and we easy to forget. So him state it in him word. Right? Him said in Exodus 28 said, he said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. Not even the person will come look for you. Not supposed to do nothing. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rest on the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Now, 12 said, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So, God is telling us to honor our parents. Now, if him say, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, he's telling us to remember to honor him. Honor him. When we don't honor God, what we're seeking? Death. Yes, because we don't honor God, the wages of sin is death. Right? Sin is a transgression of the law. So when we don't honor God, we are seeking death. And death is of the devil, the originator of death, the devil. So when we don't serve God, who we serving? Plain and straight, the devil. The devil is wrong, always wrong from the beginning until now. And God, always right, good and very good. So if God says honor your parents, you hurt the parents. So that simply means he made us to honor him. He is the life source of everything that move, live, breathe. So how we don't honor him? How we don't be a doer of his word? How can we say we are Christian and church goer and you know, we on top of our voice we claiming the name of Christ, but if we look here, we don't even recite this in our congregation anymore. No, God said remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. No, we keep another day. We do our own thing. We go right back to the two brother. Why God accept one sacrifice and didn't accept the other? Because when we do it according to our way, God can't accept sin. God cannot accept sin. So we see there is a spiritual battle going on here. Let's go to Revelation chapter. Is Revelation chapter 12 or Revelation chapter 13? Revelation chapter 13. Let's read Revelation chapter 13. Revelation chapter 13. You have two beasts in Revelation chapter 13. You have the sea beast and you have the land beast. And friend, the sea beast is the first. But you know what? The land beast had power to give life unto the image of the sea beast, that the sea beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image should be murdered. Now, Nebuchadnezzar was a great king. And Nebuchadnezzar he made a mistake, and he acknowledged that he made a mistake. And he write Daniel chapter 4. Nebuchadnezzar built this image, and Nebuchadnezzar called the important people. The judges, the astrologers, the soothsayers, and everybody to come to the dedication of the image where I built. And the music, music is very powerful. Now, Nebuchadnezzar said, look, when you hear the sound, this and that, and the flute and harp or whatever, you must bow down and worship. So bowing down was an act of worship. So the world bowed down. It looked popular. It looked nice. It looked spiritual. So why not bow down? And Nebuchadnezzar said, who don't bow down go and be dead, showing the fire. Well, three boys decide to stand up and say, well, you know what, Nebuchadnezzar, even if God don't deliver us, we're not going to bow down. So then show them in the fire, three of them. It surprised Nebuchadnezzar that him say 4. So I'm talking about this beast. Revelation chapter 3. Revelation chapter 13. And I'm going to read from 1. So you have 2 beasts, as I said, in Revelation chapter 13. The sea beast and the land beast. So in Revelation chapter 13, from 1 to 10, talking about the sea beast. And then from 11 to 18, talking about the land beast. But as you read carefully, make sure you listen. Listen keenly and hear what God telling us. I used to be afraid of Revelation, to read it with all these beasts and different things. But you know what? Come to realize Revelation is a love story. Now, Revelation chapter 13, 1 said, and I stood up on the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of what? Blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon, who the dragon represents, Satan, give him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. And they worship the dragon, the Satan, which give power unto the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make what? War with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindred and tongue and nation. And all that dwell upon the earth shall what? Worship him, whose name are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him what? Hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Now let's see, talk about now, read about now the land beasts. So what happened in July 4th, 1776? And what happened in 1798? Think about this. And I behold another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he what? Spoke as a dragon. Now this beast was a lamb like Christ represent, but now it's spitting fire. It a pit out fire. Lamb like. And I behold another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he what? Spoke as a dragon. And he exercised all the power of the first beast. Now the first beast in the dark ages, what they were doing? Persecuting and killing Christians. The church. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and what? Deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of these miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had a wound by a sword and did live. Make an image. So Nebuchadnezzar was a physical image, but now spiritual Babylon. The Bible said, come out of her, my people. And he had power. Now this land beast had power to give life to the image, to the sea beast. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that what? The image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as what? Many as would not what? Worship the image of the beast should be killed. It coming around, friend. History gonna repeat itself. And he caused it all, both small, and he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.